What's going on, guys? It's the review artist, and today it's time for the review of the OnePlus 2. So without further ado, let's get right into this. But first of all, like all my other review videos, let's take a look at the box. So here you can see the box. First of all, you can see the massive 2. That is the first thing you see on the front cover. And to the side we have the OnePlus 2, and at the top the OnePlus 1 logo. Now to the left, there's nothing there, and to the bottom, the pattern, so this 2 pattern, goes all the way down here and continues along at the bottom, along with that bit there. Now on the right hand side, yes, the pattern still goes on. At the top, nothing there at the top. Now on the back you can see a bit of information, including the IMEI number, the number for the date, QC, whatever that is, and it tells you what it includes. So let's just quickly open this box, and there we go. Nothing else in that bit, but when I opened it I was greeted with the phone itself, the OnePlus 2. And now the OnePlus 1, here is the manuals, the instruction, quick start guides and all that good stuff. I'll open this just to give you a quick show you. So it's the wrong way around. Quick start guide, the user guide. Mainly the same thing, but the quick start guide just tells you how to power it on and how to set up your accounts. And I do have the plug here, but it's not in the box obviously because I'm using it. So it is a normal wall adapter, it's no fast charging, just a normal one. And this time it was included in the box, whereas last time it was a separate box, if you can all remember. And yes, of course, this was the wire, which is USB Type-C, which I will get to that later. So first of all, you are greeted with a beautiful 5.5 inch LCD 1080p screen, which gives you a resolution of 1920 by 1080 with a pixels per inch of around 401. Now start off at the top, you can see the speaker, and towards the right, which it does seem to be invisible, is a notification LED light. And towards the right of that, you can see the 5 megapixel front-facing camera. Now, you can see that, yes, there is a screen protector on here. However, I did not put this on. OnePlus did put this on. So the OnePlus 2 does ship with a screen protector. I think something to do with the Gorilla Glass 4 to protect it even more. I don't know if it's tempered glass, but it feels pretty thick. But yeah, unfortunately, they did do a bit of a bad job when it comes to the bottom, because you can see an air bubble there and it doesn't go. However, that doesn't affect the phone. So further on down you can see this. Now it does look like a button, however this is the fingerprint scanner, which is included in the OnePlus 2. And because it's not a physical button, it doesn't press down. However, you can assign it to be a home button, which it automatically is. You can obviously put the buttons on screen, so the on-screen navigation bar is available on the software, which is Oxygen OS, which I will come to later. Now, to use this, all you do is, so I've set up the fingerprint scanner, and if the screen is locked, you can press the lock button and then unlock it, just like that. However, if the screen is locked, which puts this fingerprint scanner a bit ahead of the Galaxy S6 and S6 Edge, is you can just do this, and there it goes, it unlocks. However, because this is fairly new and it's still in sort of Oxygen OS, is still like beta, because it's just the second version, and there's like 6 updates to this phone since it was released, which was just like 2 weeks ago. Now that brings me to this side. So what are these sides? So if I press the lock button, you can see the left one is a blue bar and the right one is a blue bar. This is because of the software. So this one can be used as the back button, this one can be as a menu and task manager, or you can switch it around. They are much brighter than the previous one, on the OnePlus 1, which either you loved it or you hated it. We weren't quite sure, and OnePlus wasn't quite sure of what people made of it. So yeah, so let's start off with the size. So we'll start off with the bottom first, and as you can see, it has changed since the previous device, which I do have here, OnePlus 1. You can see it's gone much more nice, and the speaker grills are bigger. However, that is not it is a bit of an advantage, but only one side is a speaker now. Whereas on the OnePlus 2, both of them, it was a mono sound, however there were two speakers, but on this one, the right one is a speaker and the left one is a microphone. But it is still pretty loud and the clarity has improved. Now, in the centre you can see is a amazing USB Type-C connector which everyone is talking about. So it is reversible. So I'll just demonstrate that here quickly. So here's my USB Type-C. You can put it in here, take it out if you wanted to, and put it like that. And the other side of that cable is reversible as well, which I'll get to later. So you can see the antennas on the left and right. Now on the right side, there's nothing there other than the lock button and the volume rockers. Now there are on this side when the volume buttons were on the left side before and on many other Android devices and devices in general. However, it doesn't really make the phone difficult to use because it did take a bit of time to get used to. So if I wanted to unlock the phone using the button, I'll end up pressing the volume rocker instead. If I wanted to turn the volume down, I'd end up pressing the lock button. But I got used to that and that has improved. But yeah, so on the top we do have another antenna, noise cancellation microphone, and the 3.5mm audio jack along with an antenna. Now on the right is something that you don't really see on many devices, mainly on Apple devices, but never really seen it on an Android device, and this is alert slider. So we might see this on more devices, but it's started on the OnePlus 2 as far as I'm aware. So you can see it's textured there, so it feels nice to hold, and all it basically is an alert slider, and it has three different types: the middle one, the top one, and the bottom. So I'll just demonstrate what that does. So here we have all notifications. We'll start at the top. So it's alarms only, so this is silent mode on Lollipop. And if I take that down to the middle, priority interruptions only, so the ones if I had priorities, so like if I wanted my mum to call or a family member or a close friend to call, they would come through, but everything else wouldn't. And at the bottom is completely on, so all notifications are on. Now it would be better if they were switched around, however you do get used to it, and because you don't really see this on device, having it is just a good thing. But let's get to the back. Okay guys, so here's the back, the one we all loved on the OnePlus 1, the SandStone finish. And you can see it has continued on the OnePlus 2. Now I do have a few scuffs on here, I can just clean them off. None of them are any marks. So first of all we do have our camera bit with a camera which is a new 13 megapixel OmniVision lens. So the OmniVision, if you've ever seen or had a HTC One M7, I don't know about the M8, but the ultra pixel camera, it was by OmniVision, and that was amazing. However, on here with the software, I'll demonstrate that later. So you can see there, above that is the dual LED flash. Unfortunately, as previous time, it's a single colour, no red ones here. Now here is interesting. This is the infrared laser technology. The laser technology that's used in LG, it's the same one, and now it's used for autofocus quicker than any other device on the OnePlus 2. And it does work. And towards the bottom, well, to the middle, we can see the OnePlus logo, which is the same as the previous one, so it just says OnePlus, not OnePlus 2 or OnePlus 1, anything else. Now at the bottom, it has been removed, the Cyanogen section and the IMEI and everything, because the back is replaceable, and there are other backs. I'll just demonstrate that here. So there I've done it, I've opened it a little bit, and it just comes off like that. Again, not trying to show anything, we do have the back off now. This is what the back looks like off. Fairly similar if you manage to get a OnePlus 1 back off. We have the screws, and here is a dual SIM card tray which does come out, and the camera and everything, that's the same. And at the bottom, nothing really much to it. Maybe this to access the battery, which the battery is non-removable, and you can't extend the storage. It would have been good if you could, because many devices don't want to because the back doesn't come off. But yeah, so now these two chips, no NFC on this device, and there's no wireless charging apparently, so I'm not quite sure what this is. Maybe something to do with antennas, I don't know, but probably. But yeah, you can see it's pretty sturdy even without the back cover. Now, on the website you can get more of these back covers. It's different, the Kevlar, wooden one, a few other ones, and custom ones. So which is fun to do because you can't really do it on that many devices. That was a back off. Now let's take a look at the software. So here we'll have the software, and to access this you can hit the lock button and unlock the device just like that with a fingerprint because I've set it up, or you can just use that, which puts this ahead of the Galaxy S6. So now this is Oxygen OS at its finest, and this is version 2.0. So if I'll go down into settings and scroll all the way down, you can see about phone. Now here it tells you the status and baseband kernel build number, which was built on my birthday, which is a pretty good thing to have, really. So it's Android 5.1.1, and it is mainly, it looks like stock. However, Oxygen OS is better. I have had stock before, I've had Cyanogen, and I do prefer Oxygen OS. So Oxygen version 2.0.2, which there's two big updates of the 0.2s. There's two of them, 0.1 now, the 0.2, and they do a pretty good job. You can see the status, RAM amount, so it's 4 gig, and system updates, which let's check, quick check for an update. The system is up to date. So yeah, so that's just about device, and you can see I have changed this colour. So if you scroll down, you can see everything is pretty stock. However, you are able to change this. So if you want this here, or you want to add, you can do that. You can just save it here, and you can even switch through your guests, same as stock, but you can see this is a different colour, and that is because in settings we do have customization. Now here you can see dark mode, which switches the theme off, switches the colours around. There you can see the normal one, so that's normal colour, but I'll always like it on dark mode. It just looks better and different. So accent colour, so this is this. So you can see it's all purple there, purple volume, purple buttons. You can change it to, if you wanted pink for example, everything will do pink. The font will stay same colour, but everything like the sliders, volumes will be pink. But let's just put that back. Now LED notifications, you can change it so when battery full. You can do a bit of customization, but you can do a bit in stock. However, it is not as full as Cyanogen, but it's sort of in between, but it's definitely stable and smooth. So yeah, so that's really it when it comes to settings, and also gestures, obviously, as you know, double tap to awake, same as with the OnePlus one. So obviously double tap to awake, it wakes the phone, and double tap the top bit and it goes to sleep. Do a V and the flashlight comes on, do another V and the flashlight turns off. However, I do not really use these because I don't know. I always use a double tap to wake on my OnePlus one, but I wanted to do something different. So yeah, so that's it. Now let's get to the camera, because this is the new 30 megapixel. You all want to see this. So you can see it has changed compared to look how messy my desk is, compared to the previous device. And now this theme does look relatively similar to Apple's iPhone. Remind me of that. So you can see there. Now it does shoot. It's supposed to be 60 frames per second at 1080p, however it doesn't look 60, and the optical image stabilisation is practically non-existent, and you can't really tell that you do have it. So I'll bring the box, I'll just demonstrate the photo. So now this, to do the brightness on ISO like on the iPhone, instead of doing tapping, bringing the square and going down, you just tap it and then go left to make it darker. You can't see that on the screen properly. Left to make it darker, and right to make it more brighter. And it does look nice, but not as good as the S6, obviously, and the S6 Edge. And we do get slow motion, time-lapse, and panorama, same ones. Less customization to be more fluent and easy to use. Now, photo resolution, it's 12.4 megapixel, the maximum it'll go, give you a ratio of 4.3. And to have the full screen and even the bottom bit show, you have to switch down to 7.9 megapixel, which is 16 by 19 and you can see it is alright. Yes, you can go low as you want because that camera is decent when it wants to be. However, few more software updates and we might see an improvement. You can see the timer, and HDR, clear image and beauty. So not that many features, no raw images or anything, which I hardly ever use, but it's a good feature to have in case you needed to and take best photos. But that might come soon with an update, OnePlus did say. And just like the Pro mode on the S6 Edge where you can manually just configure the focus on everything, you might be able to do that further on, which I loved. And now, yeah, so Google has changed, you can see. Now this one is a good, interesting thing. So if I do it to the left, you can see this. So this is frequent apps, this Good Morning Aaron, you can customize that, so you can change, add more frequent app, add more contacts, add header image, which I don't want to do. And frequent apps, so these apps to use, frequent contacts, so you can message, ring, and it is fairly easy to use if you don't want to mess up your home screen. Also, a big difference is audio tuner, and you can see music, movie, games. So basically this is max audio, however it has been updated. So here we do have max bass as before, treble and space as before, but now we have max dialogue and we can change the balance. However, I am having a problem here. You can customize them as well and see presets. Now the problem is it doesn't work. It only works if I turn my headphones out and put them in on the Google Play Music app, and this is the only app that I use to play music when I'm on stock. However, YouTube works with it. I don't know, it must be Google's fault with the app, but yeah, there's a problem there. Now, pre-installed app, you get files, so it does let you scan around your file managers, downloads, and downloads obviously a main thing, and yeah, that's really it. We do also get slides and a few other Google stock apps pre-installed, which is handy to have because you didn't need to download them. And you can see the camera icon has been customized, and yeah, so that's really it with Oxygen OS. It is pretty good. However, a few more updates will really help this device. So yeah, so that's just a quick review, well not quick, but a review of the OnePlus 2 and give you my opinion on this. And after having a OnePlus 1 and an S6 Edge, I can say this one is definitely one of the best ones for battery life as well, which I want to bring into. So you can see that's the battery. Now, the reason why it's like that, because I turned my phone off to see if that equalizer issue would fix, but it didn't. And you can see on standby it's perfect, it stays still. So with this, it thinks I'm going to get 2 hours left because, well, heavy use I suppose, but that's not really, I don't know why it says 2 hours left, because it literally will last a whole day. Yesterday I used it from 9 o'clock and it was on 19% at 7 o'clock, and then I charged it and went to the gym. So yes, I charged it overnight, and it did go down a bit when I went out to listen to music. But yeah, that's really it. You can see it went down a bit there when it was off and to reboot the device. But battery life, it is showing that it's pretty poor here. However, I do find it very, very good. So that battery saver as previous, it is the same. But the battery life is definitely better than S6 Edge, and I find it being the same as a CyanogenMod running on the OnePlus 1. Maybe a bit better, maybe a bit worse, I'm not really sure. But definitely Oxygen running on the OnePlus 1 is terrible, with the 1.0 battery being awful. But on here, it's brilliant. So yeah, that was just a quick overview of the battery. Nothing really much else to cover. I will do another video, maybe comparison with a OnePlus 1. Also guys, just want to quickly talk about the charger if you wanted to know. So the plug is not a fast charger, it's a standard 3 volts something. And here is the cable now. It is a little bit, maybe 2 inches longer than the previous one. Still the same style, but this is reversible and so is this, which is easier to use. So this is a USB Type-C cable, and I'll need to get more of these, so keep that in mind guys. If you do get the OnePlus 2, make sure you buy more of these. Not specifically these ones, but USB Type-Cs. So you might want to get an extender because it is not that long still. But yeah, it's a bit improved since the previous one. But that was just a quick review guys of the OnePlus 2. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you thumbs up this video, it will help. If you show your support, I'll do more better videos and improve for you guys. Comment any suggestions on other features you'd like to see, any demonstrations, and subscribe to this channel and you'll be able to see more amazing videos. And see you probably next week guys, but see you in the next vid. Peace.